Happy game day, Rams fans. Welcome in. I am Sheriff Joe Beggs. We're going to go watch a football game today, and I'm rather excited about it. Last time we played a football game, didn't go our way, but hey, that's okay. We're here to beat up on some Arizona Cardinals today. That's good news. We're going to need score predictions. Make sure you're dropping those. Any questions about today, feel free to just fire them off, dude. We're having a good time today. So let me just log out of here. I'm going to leave this one, but this one is good. Oh, I didn't turn off my Wi-Fi, so that's cool. This would be a Puka Nakua. I got this bad boy on sale, dude, because these jerseys are awesome. Don't get me wrong, but they're not as high quality as I want them to be for the price. So I wait for them to go on sale because what the heck, man? That's ridiculous out of you. Game day! Everybody thinks this is an Adams. I will confirm Puka Nakua. Puka Nakua. Last year, Puka Nakua. Probably going to be 54-3. You know what? I'm pretty in line with that. I'll be completely honest. Is it a Robert Woods? It's actually it's a Donnie Avery. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know what other 17s. Baker Mayfield. You know, I didn't turn on the big light. That's okay. We're gonna get out of here anyway, man. So this is like the liminal space version of the sheriff station. You get it. You get it. I trust that you get it. Oop. I'm going to bring these trees. When I say I'm going to bring these trees, I mean that I'm actually bringing these trees so that my car smells good. Keep your mind right. Let's get some shoes on here. So last week, Carl was our enemy because he's a cat fan, obviously. But today, sitting over here, today we hate birds. So anti-bird household. Isn't that right? We hate them birds, man. All birds are losers today. I don't make the rules, dude. Carl does, actually. So, as somebody's like, go birds, Eagles all the way. That's so funny, dude. Welcome in, Eagles fan. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday. Hope that your Monday is going to be a whole bag of bummers, but I hope your Sunday's good. Hoping for our roommates to be able to give you guys one of those, you know, whatever that means. I actually don't know. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, but Payo time in the building. What up, Payo time? Score predictions, guys. I'm gonna need them, even from the Eagles fans. All right, that's your admission to stay. Is you got to give me a score prediction on what you think is gonna happen today. Rams, Cardinals. Any winged creature though is a bit of a nerd. Uh, that's how I feel. Any winged creature, except for me, I guess, because I'm about to have my wings. So, crud. Now I don't know what to do. Let's see some comments here. Go Rams. The Eagles fan said we are better. That's cool. Thanks for your input. 2-2 no longer has. Oh, what? Dang it. Okay. I'm grabbing my trees. These kind of trees, okay? No, I'm a Colorado guy. But... All right, Carl, we gonna win? We gonna win today, dude? I think that's a yes, guys. I think that's a yes. All right. Let's get out. See you later, man. Let's get out of here. It's freaking gorgeous today, dude. What happened? Parked all far away. Also, I freaking smashed my windshield yesterday. I'm so mad about it. I was just driving down the street and freaking big old rock hit my windshield, man, dead on. I'll show you. It's freaking bad, man. Let's see. This is probably the most people I've ever had on here, and this is also probably the most boring I've been. So that's pretty cool. Falcons really struggle to recover from mistakes Um, Carr was happy we lost us. He was, dude. He was pumped. I came back. He was. My bad. I forgot I had the internet off. Yesterday I saw a Dolphins and a Steelers Ramsey jersey, and I was like, "Yo, my people." Here's my friggin' crack in my windshield. You see that thing? That's friggin' huge, man. That's my. Oh man. God, what a friggin' bummer. God, what a bummer. God. Still, I'm so mad about it, dude. Oh, all right. I'm just gonna go in here. I don't know if I'm the only one that does this. We don't do that weird stuff where you kind of like you have the bag hanging off of it. That's so weird. Let's do the whole thing. Let's do the whole thing. Let's see. Are you talking about you would have cried about my windshield? Because I'm pretty upset. But I will say I just bought this car not long ago, and I got the little protection plan thing that has windshield stuff. So shout out, dude. Shout out Lexus of Colorado Springs, dude. That's pretty cool. I bought a Honda from a Lexus because I traded in a Lexus. That was my last car. Now I say happy Honda days. How dare you say Toyota-thon? We're a happy Honda days family. All right, let's get out of here. Let's see. Safe light repair, safe light replace. I don't know if that's who they use or not, dude, but I'm fired up that I have the little protection plan deal. I also have it on tires, so if I blow a tire, I can go get those done too. Which, I mean, in Colorado, dude, tires and windshields, that's literally all you need, man. Tires because of all of our friggin' potholes, and also we get a lot of snow and stuff like that. So you gotta make sure you got a good tread. You won't be bald, all right? Yeah, do the Lincoln head deal. You get it. But yeah, you can't be out here just spinning around because you can see Lincoln's forehead and stuff. You gotta figure that out. So, and then windshields, just because of the amount of snow that we get out here, your windshield's gonna crack. Those are just the rules. Like if your windshield does not crack, that means well you're probably not even in Colorado. Whoa, that was a weird little twisty twist. Kind of felt cool. I'll be going, man. It's my turn. All right. I also decided, by the way, today, guys, to that's that Panthers fan that lives next to me. I don't know who they are, but I was imagining if they probably walked by my car like nerd. But I forgot what I was saying. Um, yeah, I lost it. Oh yeah, it was the jersey. I chose to do a jersey today because the last time I wore a jersey, it was the day that we celebrated Aaron Donald during the Bucks game, right? So I rocked a jersey that day, and we just, you know, kicked the Bucks right in the jugular, which was absolutely awesome. So um, I'm doing jersey again today because we need the good juju. You know what I mean? So and the reason to, I don't know if this makes any sense to anybody but me, but also I feel like if I wear a 17 Puka Nacua jersey, I'm kind of rocking a Devontae Adams Puka Nacua combo. You know what I mean? And that's pretty cool. As playoffs, I love that that's a thing. That anytime anybody says the word playoffs to me, you can respond that way, and it makes perfect sense in every setting. Playoffs? Oh, like Kurt Warner? Nice, nice, nice. All right. This is also the last time we're in white all season. So, yeah, white on blue. Obviously got the blue chains on. But, yeah. And then this is the first time I pulled out this hat this year. So I think it's going to be good luck. Yeah, we're going that. Yeah, this freaking crack, though, on my windshield. It's, like, bigger than a golf ball. Which is stressing me out, dude. I was going to go to the car wash today because it snowed. So my car's all filthy. And I don't know if I trust that. So it's a pretty good hit. Pretty good, pretty good. Should probably stop hauling so much ass. All the it's a hatchback, and in the back, just a bunch of ass back there. Whose house? Rams house. That's pretty corny. I do appreciate the corny factor of the whose house Rams house thing is, but I still will say it every time. It's so funny too because I'll be like, man, that's kind of corny yelling out Rams house, and then like in the stadium they're all whose house, and I'm losing my mind. I'm screaming louder than anybody. It's awesome. Probably should have gone to the car wash. That's your lane. You stay over there. All right. Corny but amazing. You right. You right. It's a good one. It's a good little thing to do. It's just like it to me. I always my first thought when I'm thinking of anything, whether that's like titles of something, names of something, always try to make fun of it. You know what I mean? That's my first thing. Try to make fun of it. Somebody tells me their kid's name, I will make fun of it right away. The first thing I'm going to do is make fun of that name. I'm going to say something derogatory involving that name. And when I think of doing like the Whose House Rams House deal, all right, guys, what are we doing here? I just think about the fact, like how easy it is for other teams to just steal that and try to be funny about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro, you got to go the speed limits. It would be nice. Made a song out of that for no reason at all. I love that. That's how we're feeling today, man. That's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. So rocking my Williams jersey today. I think that is getting a rushing and catching touchdown. Okay. Rushing and receiving touchdowns for K Dub. Dub, comma K. I'm feeling a good K Dub game today, but I'm also just feeling a good ground game today. I'm feeling like Blake. He was the reason that's the reason I put Blake on my game day photo. I typically try to put players there where I think it'll be good. You know, like it'll make sense at the end or something like that. And most of the time, I am just guessing. But like I had Marvin Harrison Jr. on the Cardinals, so I had to switch that out when it was noted that he's not playing. Speaking of, he's not playing. Are you scared of the Seahawks? No, scared of the Seahawks is not the way to put it. I'm not scared of anybody. I mean, the Rams can play with anybody, and that's I think where my biggest like thought process goes into this time of year is can you just anybody else in the league? Can you at least are you comfortable having a good game with them? Because once we get to the playoffs, that's really all it is. Is you just have to find a way at the end to be able to pull it out. That's how a lot of playoff games go. So, can we keep it close enough with Seattle to pull off a win in the end? Absolutely. Philly, yes, absolutely. Chicago, certainly. So that's kind of how I feel about it. There's not a team in the NFL that I'm scared of. Will we win the Super Bowl? I don't know, man. I don't know. It feels good. It feels like it's certainly possible. But if it doesn't happen, I mean, first of all, what can I do about it? I can't do anything about it. But if it doesn't happen, man, it's like it's one of those where it definitely is going to be. It's going to feel like it should have happened. But I don't know. That's the thing, man. There's 31. Well, not 31 anymore, but there's 20 plus other teams that think that they can win a Super Bowl right now. So who's right? Only one of them will be. You know what I mean? But you can ask after the Thursday night game, Lions, they're certainly capable. Packers, certainly capable. Bears, absolutely. Eagles, duh. Like Seattle, definitely. San Fran, I don't necessarily trust them that much, but sure, there is. If you're in the playoffs, man, you can absolutely do it. So, and the Rams, obviously, way up there as well in the conversation with the best of the in the league. So, and I know that Rams fans. It's kind of funny that Rams fans are the ones that are the lowest on them right now. In my observations of the week, I should say that's it feels like Rams fans after the Panthers game are like, well, that's it. We've seen our weaknesses. We knew what our weaknesses were. The Carolina Panthers of all teams were able to exploit it. we're done. And everybody else in the NFL, every other fan base, every like media person talking, even players and other teams, stuff like that, it's like, oh no, they just had a weird week. They're fine. They're so fine. And also the Panthers are better than people are thinking. So because they're certainly in the running for a playoff spot too. Are you scared of the 49ers? Certainly not. No, I am not. I don't think I don't know. It's hard to gauge, obviously, but I do think that the Detroit Lions kick out the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers have had a very easy schedule for the large majority of this year, but it does kind of tighten up here at the end. They do have some really tough games. I know they get the Bears, they get the Seahawks, stuff like that. So they do have some games where they could be dropping. And Detroit is in that time right now where it just kind of feels like their effort level is going to kind of ramp up. They're obviously not a guarantee to make the postseason. I think that they're most equipped from the outside teams to make it outside of Carolina, who just needs to win that division, which is certainly possible with the Bucks as beat up as they are. I know they're, but that's certainly something to think about. And I'll see if I can check some comments. I'm hitting every green light, dude. Okay, I'll stop here. Probably could have gone for that one, but it's all good. Whoop. Oof, now I got mad glare. I can just see me. That's crazy. Wah. Okay, we're gonna do one of those. Rams house. Dang it. I hate when it jumps them. Let's compare this team to what? It's my turn. All right. Let's go to the 2021 team. And it seems like this team is lacking star power they had. I think this team is lacking star power, but I think this team has more depth. You know what I mean? And there's also like so many unsung heroes of that 21 season too, like Kendall Blanton and stuff like that. So I'm just waiting for somebody to kind of like, because we're not there yet. This is going to be our first December game. You know what I mean? So I think that we need to get time to get a little closer to January, and I think that we're going to see some guys randomly just like turn it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like it just kind of feels like to me we'll see like a Colby Parkinson just like really start popping off or something like that, or any of the tight ends really. It could be anybody, or like Blake Corum is now just going to be like getting 150 rushing yards a game. You know what I mean? Or Jordan Whittington all of a sudden is coming in is like really critical. Could be a Darian Kendrick all of a sudden. There's maybe something goes on in the secondary and he comes in and he gets a pick six in the NFC Championship game or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I'm waiting for that kind of stuff to kind of develop, and I think that we will see some unsung heroes from this team. I think that this team is deeper than the 2021 team. Although that team was deep, this is a very deep team too. And I think that we have just some more maturity than that team. You know what I mean? Like we obviously have a Matthew Stafford who has four more years under his belt. We have a Devontae Adams this time around, which is certainly a different perfect. People aren't stupid. That's not going to make sense to anybody because you guys couldn't see what I was looking at, but that was really cool. I appreciate this person. So yeah, it's like we had a lot of star power, a lot of flashiness, but I think that we still have like instead of adding Von Miller, I think that we'll see Jared Verse really kind of settle in mid to late December. Instead of an Eric Weddle coming in, I feel like the trio if Lake is obviously we want Lake back, and that seems very possible because he's very very good. But it also could be a thing where Tank comes in and is all of a sudden just like the savior we need on the defense for a drive or two. You know what I mean? So I just feel like we can do it without doing what we did in the 21 season, which we haven't even been doing. You know what I mean? Like we did all those big moves in November in the 21 season. So that's kind of where I'm at. Rams by mercy rule today. Love that. Jesus. Okay. Kirkland signature belt. Love that. You got to have that. Get a lottery ticket for every. Dude, telling you, dude. I chose to stop at that one. This one, I mean, this is just a busy street, but it's like a desert retreat for Rams today. We should all be on ayahuasca. All right. Who brought it? David says Ferguson gets a tud today. All right, all right. missing Andrew Whitworth. I don't know if we are actually. Our tackles are playing great ball. Um, yeah, see, and I've been thinking about that too. Of like, who would we add? That's like that veteran, like um, that veteran kind of vibe or whatever. And I just don't know, man. It's not Aaron Donald. I like. I'm not in that train of like trying to push the Aaron Donald rumors or anything like that. I don't think he's coming back. I'll be honest. If it happens, I'm gonna be fired up, dude. I'll be more stoked than anybody I know. But I just don't think it'll happen. So I'm just trying not to even think about it, get my hopes up for that. Because if it doesn't happen, that's the problem. Is it like there's so many people that are so confident that that's going to happen that if we get to wild card week and he's not on our roster, there's people that are going to be genuinely sad about it. And it's like you got to protect yourself, man. You got to protect your own little heart, man. Because I've been a Rams fan too long to be breaking my heart extra. You know what I mean? They do that enough for me. You know what I mean? So I don't need to be adding any fuel to that heartbreak fire. That's a bar. That's funny. Uh, Sometimes I really crack myself up, guys. That was one of those times. That's really funny. I already forgot what I said. It's just gone now. That's the way to do it. That's such a radio brain. Just saying a joke and then I don't even remember what it was. I've been out of radio for over a year now too. No messing around. Beat Arizona, says Jimmy. I'm with that, man. No messing around today. We messed around a little bit last week. Defense wasn't great, but I think that ultimately they had a really killer game plan against us. Um, I will say this, and I don't know if anybody agrees with me or not, but I feel like if we were to take on the Panthers again, we'd win by 42. You know, I really do feel that way. Truly, in my heart, I feel that way. That if we had to play Carolina again, we would destroy them. I do feel like I think it was Rams House that said it on his stream that was earlier this week. I was gonna hop on there, but I was at work. He said something about it's like if the Rams and Panthers play 10 times, Rams probably win 8. And it just sucks that that was one of the two, you know. And I think he's absolutely right. And I think that if you can go back and like, I mean, obviously too, it's kind of funny. It's like Stafford has 3 turnovers and he's still NFC player, offensive player of the month, and it's like, dude, like probably all 3 of those turnovers shouldn't have happened. The pick six was a rough throw. Rewatching the game though, you could tell he was just trying to make something happen. I think that first play, or it wasn't an interception, but when the Rams got down to the red zone initially before the interception that went off of Derek Brown's helmet, Stafford tried one to the right side in the end zone that was too tight of a window, and defender obviously right there got batted it down, stuff like that. And I think that his confidence was just a little bit too high that he could squeeze it into some spots that he couldn't, and it bit us. So obviously, when your quarterback gives up 6 points and you lose by 3, that sucks. But either way, man, I feel like Matthew Stafford. I think it almost needed to happen. He needed a game like that. Just get those out of the way, man. Shrug those off now. Let's get back to a good streak, and we'll be all right, man. But yeah, it's that's kind of how I feel about all that. Probably should have gone, dude. Dang it. That's okay. There's not that many. Not a lot of traffic, which is Russian, I guess. I don't think any of the homies are down today. Squeezing right here. Yeah, Jackson, who I'm playing in fantasy today, a Packers fan. He's been on the show a few times. He's not coming down. He had plans today with the fam. What a loser, am I right? Family and stuff. Says I like your enthusiasm. Nailed it. Jeez, I like your enthusiasm about the Rams. I guess I was just happy to win a Super Bowl. I haven't cared as much lately. That's really interesting, man. I know that the 22 season, like I think it was throughout the entire organization, even to the fans, that everybody was a little bit more out of it for that. I will say that my emotions after wins or losses are now smaller. I kind of relate that to a joke that Patton Oswalt said on his stand up one time, which that's so. I probably no one's seen that. I would guess. If you've seen it, Patton Oswalt, he's so super funny. But in his stand up one time, he was talking about how when he was younger, his like his emotions were just a wider range. Like when something good would happen, he's like, "Yeah, come on, let's go." When something bad happens, like, "Come on, man, this sucks." And then like now, like his extent is like excited is like, "Oh," and then his anger is like, "Oh." And I feel like I relate that to my reaction on Rams wins and losses. Like obviously I get excited when the Rams win and do well. It bums me out when they do poorly. But like I'm not gonna leave a Rams loss. Like I didn't leave the game last week. I don't know where that came from. I didn't leave the game last week and just like, God, this sucks. This is stupid. We're done. We're cooked. Our season's over. The Carolina Panthers, Bryce Young, like I wasn't all that, but also like beating up even the Niners when we beat them. I wasn't like, yeah, screw you. Like it's just we lost last week. It's like, ah, man, should have won that game. Should have won it. And then beat the Niners. It's like, yeah, that was nice. Yeah, after losing to them, hell yeah, man, that was perfect. Like that's like the extent of it, man. So well, Patton Oswalt, hell yeah, movie. But that's kind of the extent of it, man. So it's like I do get it to an extent of what you're saying because I have certainly seen myself be more intense as a fan. But I also don't like that. You know what I mean? Like I don't like dealing with other fans who are like that. So I was like, why am I like that? Why am I doing something that I absolutely despise? So I kind of just chilled out. And I think that happens for most fans. There's something in your life at some point that eventually will kind of shift how you view, how you react, how you, um, I don't know, just kind of operate around sports. And I really like where I'm at right now, where I feel like all my passion is there, but not any of the detrimental emotions that could potentially come along with it. Like I'm single and don't have any kids or anything like that, but I'm not like the Rams don't lose and I'm not like at home yelling at my wife. You know what I mean? Like it's and I know people that do that, so it's like crazy to me. But that's what I would say is like I'm a healthier Rams fan now that the Rams have won the Super Bowl. Is kind of where I'm going all the way back to. I'm a healthier Rams fan now that the Rams won the Super Bowl. I got to see the Rams win as a child with Marshall Faulk. The reason I'm a Rams fan, I was watching him play. So got to see them win with Marshall Faulk as a kid. So like that was really cool. But I didn't really understand the gravity of it. You know what I mean? But now that I've seen it as an adult in my 30s, I got to see the Rams win a Super Bowl. So now I'm cool. Like that's kind of where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like I'm fine. I'm good with whatever happens now. Do I want the Rams to win more Super Bowls? Absolutely. If they don't though, it's like my dad's a Chargers fan, has been his entire life. He's only seen his team go one time and they got wrecked. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at, man. That's where I'm at. Parks and Rec. They asked about Patton to improvise, and he gave a prophetic pitch for a Boba Fett return. Dude, that's so funny. Great show, great moment. Love all that. That's really, really good. He's really funny, man. He's a good comedian. Um, I know that like when the stuff happened with his wife and stuff, he kind of like stepped pretty far out. Um, but it's good to see him like kind of still doing some things here and there. Should have graded papers after that. Dude, you're a teacher? I don't know why I'm so excited about that, but I love that. I think that's really cool. I was like, there's always a little piece of me that wanted to be a teacher, but I also I don't know. There's also a bigger piece of me that didn't. So that makes perfect sense. I love that. That's so sick, dude. High school econ. God, I don't know why that's cool to me, man. It's not supposed to be, but it is. I love that. I'm really pleased by that actually, and I'm impressed by it, man. That's really cool. I really do like that. It's pretty sweet. I don't know what else I wanted to get into before I do this. Work from home. Oh, so pop on a movie, dude. That's pretty sick, actually. I like that you can still watch us. That's pretty cool. I haven't talked to Tuna all weekend. Mm-hmm. That's exactly how I feel, Nathan. I'm gonna pull this one up. If this is the way it happens, dude, there's 32 teams in the NFL. If we win one every 20 years, we're burning somebody else out of theirs. You know what I mean? So I'm okay with it. But yeah, that's a good comment because I tend to agree with that aspect of it of like people are mad when you lose a Super Bowl stuff like that, and it sucks. That's hurtful. But yeah, I think ultimately when uh when I remember it so vividly, you know what I mean, and I can go back and rewatch that season and remember so many parts of that season, like so many games watching that season where it's like early against the Bears when it's like I've said it a billion times on here and on Ram Showcase, but it's like Matthew Stafford hits Van Jefferson deep on the third play of the Rams' offensive season, and that's when Thunderstruck starts playing. You know what I mean? Like that was so freaking cool, man. That was so perfect. And that was one of those where it's like, oh, this is going to be one of those seasons. This is going to be fun. And I've had a few of those moments this year too, where it's like, oh no, this is going to be one of those kinds of seasons. This is really cool. And yeah, I'm just here for it, man. I think that this is to kind of wrap up and get back onto this game. Is I understand that the Rams lost last week to the Carolina Panthers. Panthers are much better than they're getting credit for, man. They really are. They're a really solid team, really good coaching there, and solid roster. Really good coaching, solid roster. When they can get their roster up where their coaching is, that's going to be a damn good football team. And in that division, they could run it for a long time if they're able to figure something out. With that being said, though, the Rams, I mean, we're still really, really dope, guys. Like, I don't know. It's I think we're gonna see that today. Is like coming off of that game last week. Kobe Turner talked about. I said it. It was like, damn, I feel terrible for the Cardinals, man. You're getting a Rams team that lost like that. It's like that's tough. And then Kobe Turner talked about it. He's like, I feel for whoever's next. And it's like, all right, let's see, man. Let's see what you got. So I'm fired up for it, man. Edwin, what's up? Muad'Dib, what's up? Who else is in here? Nathan, what's up? Try to get everybody. Just glad you guys are. David, for sure. I'm glad you guys are hanging out with me today, man. This is a fun one. I don't know why I feel like this one went so well. And I didn't really talk about the game. These have turned into that. Not really talking much about the game, but just kind of hanging out. But Edmund says, I'm just glad we got to see AD finally win one. He gave us everything he had every game, even when we all knew he didn't have a chance for a big wit to get a ring and Peyton Man of the Year. Straight up, man. That's the thing, too, is like, we got to see Eric Weddle get a ring. Von Miller added some hardware. I'm a massive Von Miller fan. I'm a Texas A&M fan. And then I'm in Colorado, so he was like a hometown hero for the whole state of Colorado. But he also went to my favorite college, which was cool. So seeing him go to the Rams, take number 40, which I was crazy to see, and then to win a Super Bowl, and then yeah, I mean, it was all perfect, man. But we're gonna we're getting into December football, and Matthew Stafford's lost one game in December as a quarterback for the Rams, so feeling pretty good, like we're in good hands, man. Those two interceptions last week, don't let them get you down, man. Matthew Stafford's gonna be turning around this week, and I feel like the Rams are as well. So let's go get a dub and